fictional East Great Falls High School in West. Meet Kevin, a confident and charming senior. He's happily dating his long-term girlfriend, Vicky Lawton, who is well liked among their peers. Next is Oz, a laid-back and easygoing member of the high school lacrosse team. He chats casually with his teammates, exuding a carefree attitude. Jim Levenstein, a socially awkward and naive student, trying to navigate the challenges of high school. He often receives pressure and questionable advice from his well-meaning but sometimes overbearing father. Lastly, we encounter Paul Finch, who prefers being called by his surname. He exudes sophistication, enjoys golf, and has a unique fashion sense, often seen sporting sports jackets. The four have very differing personalities, but share a common characteristic: they are all block. At one of the infamous parties hosted by the wild and arrogant Steve Stifler, our four friends find themselves invited. Kevin and Vicky share a sweet moment, reaffirming their connection. Jim musters up the courage to approach Nadia, but his awkward attempts lead to amusing yet endearing failures. The next morning, Kevin, Oz, Jim, and Finch wake up feeling hungry and dissatisfied. They witness ultra-nerd Chuck Sherman seeing off a pretty girl, claiming he has become a confident man. The four friends are taken aback and frustrated by Chuck's claims. Over breakfast at a restaurant, they discuss their feelings of inadequacy and the pressure to become men before graduation. Kevin, wanting to make a positive change, takes a stand. He proposes a pact that they will all strive to become better versions of themselves before graduation. The friends toast to the next step and develop individual plans to achieve success. Kevin sets out to win Vicky back, but realizes he needs to make significant efforts. He seeks advice from Vicky's best friend, Jessica, who reveals that Vicky has never felt genuinely happy with Kevin. Understanding that making Vicky happy is paramount, Kevin seeks guidance from his older brother, Tom. Tom shares a manual of love and self-improvement. Tom and Jessica offer advice to Kevin, emphasizing the importance of understanding Vicky's emotions and prioritizing her happiness above all else. Armed with new insights, Kevin seizes an opportunity to make amends with Vicky. He employs his newfound techniques, genuinely focusing on her happiness. Vicky experiences an intense sense of contentment and connection with Kevin. Impressed by his authentic efforts to make her happy, Vicky promises him a special gift at the prom after-party. As the days pass, Oz feels determined to break free from his stereotyped image. In an unexpected move, he joins the school's jazz choir, hoping to find a loving girlfriend and showcase a different side of himself. At first, his friends and the other choir members make fun of him, but Oz remains resolute. Amidst the teasing and doubts, Oz catches the attention of Heather, one of the choir singers. Heather, too, has been dealing with stereotypes. She decides to give Oz a chance and asks him to be her prom date. Excitedly, Oz agrees, feeling a connection with Heather. She changes her mind upon seeing Stifler and his friends mocking her, and assuming Oz was doing the same. Heartbroken, Oz is determined to regain her trust. Oz volunteers to become the lead vocalist alongside Heather for the upcoming choir competition. Despite his friend's initial skepticism, he succeeds when she catches him tirelessly rehearsing alone in the theater, and pays him a visit after hours at the sandwich restaurant he works at to reconcile. However, Oz faces another challenge when he realizes that his last ever lacrosse game for East Great Falls coincides with the choir competition. Makes a difficult decision. During the lacrosse game, Oz's heart leads him to follow his true passion. He abandons the game midway and rushes to the music hall, determined to make it to the competition. He takes the stage with Heather, and together they perform a breathtaking duet. The audience, including Kevin and Jim, is captivated by their performance. Jim, the curious young man, loses his sanity and wasted a freshly baked apple pie left on the table, giving the film its eponymous title. His father, John, walks in, stunned and disappointed by his actions. Now almost without hope, Jim has a stroke of luck when Nadia, seemingly at random, asks Jim if she can come over to study. Jim agrees, and Nadia enjoys the quiet atmosphere of his room. Nadia curiously explores Jim's collection of unique items, finding solace in the silence of his room. She sits on his bed, feeling at ease. Jim returns to the room, surprised to find Nadia so comfortable in his personal space. Jim tries to help her, which ends with Nadia forcing Jim to dance for her while she reads his books. After that, Nadia swiftly exits, leaving Jim all alone. After all this failure, he senses luck when unpopular girl Michelle Flaherty randomly begins to talk to him. He seizes the opportunity to ask her out to the prom with him, which she gleefully accepts. Finch appears aimless and carefree, but rumors start spreading about his legendary skills in, and adventures with older women, and even knocked out Stifler in a fight. Kevin feels suspicious and decides to investigate, and discovers that Finch paid Jessica to spread the false stories. The fabricated tales quickly turn Finch into the most talked about and admired senior in the school, with many girls eager to go to the prom with him. However, Stifler, angry about the rumors against him, Stifler spikes Finch's mochaccino with a He tricks Finch into using the girls' restroom, causing an embarrassment in front of senior girls. Finch emerges humiliated and dateless, with Stifler leading the laughing crowd. Prom night arrives, and Finch attends alone. Jessica, feeling guilty for her part in the rumors, approaches him and offers to dance. She gives him a gift for the trouble. The prom itself is disappointing and disliked by most students. But the confident, bragging Kevin sees it as a good time to query his friends for a status check on their pact. Oz and Finch are disinterested, and a burnt-out Jim blames Kevin for causing all the pressure. The outburst shatters Kevin and makes him wonder whether things will truly go as planned between him and Vicky. However, their spirits are all collectively lifted when Chuck Sherman's partner at the prom gets up onto the stage and announces in front of everybody that Chuck is a liar and is actually still innocent. Chuck wets himself in embarrassment, and the four boys excitedly catch the bus to Stifler's huge post-prom party at his mansion on Lake Michigan. Kevin and Vicky go to an upstairs bedroom where Kevin completes his pact. While walking along the lakeside, an emotional Oz confesses the pact to Heather, who becomes wary, but he renounces the pact and declares that he's already won just by being with her at the prom. She was really impressed by Oz. And the thing happened. Meanwhile, Michelle leads Jim upstairs. Jim finally gets to have disaster-free happiness, but Michelle is dominant and smashing things up with her hands and feet out of sheer passion. Finally, a bored Finch wanders around restricted areas of the house and bumps into Stifler.